I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My family's on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mother told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while sizzling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one chief rockin' Knicks universe, your main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the Knicks at Night podcast. Y'all want this party started right. Y'all want this party started quickly, right? Okay. I see y'all. Miss Geraldine is in the house. Ed Winning is in the house. Mr. Atkins is in the house. MBIC is in the house. What's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? How y'all tonight? I have a few things I want to talk about. Of course, I want to talk about the title of the show. Does our bench mob make us elite? Old man is in the building. Columbia, South Cac is in the building. What's happening? Everybody in the 803, throw your hands up. Everybody in the 803. Shout out to the 803. And that's coming from somebody that's in the 843. By the way, right? So shout out to the 803. Game, and I see you. What's good? So I got a couple things or three things I'd actually like to talk about, right? I have three things that I actually like to speak with you guys about. I want to talk to you about the bench mob and how our bench mob may turn us into a top 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. And I also want to speak to you about the fact that the Knicks are not making a trade. A big trade is not coming, right? A big trade is not on the way, right? Not the way that we think. And then I also want to talk to you about a big trade that may be on the way, Donovan Mitchell. You see how I did that just now? Y'all see how I twisted it just now? So let's start out with the Donovan Mitchell situation. Situations will arise in our lives, and you got to be smart about it. Shout out to Usher for that. Let's start with the Donovan Mitchell thing and how twisty and turny this road to a trade or the perfect trade is going to play itself out. So I have trepidation. I have trepidation, right? I have trepidation. I think that the Knicks are in a spot where the perfect trade is not out there for them, but the Donovan Mitchell trade is out there for them. The Donovan Mitchell trade is out there for him. The Joel Embiid, Giannis dream scenario is just that, a dream. The Knicks, the Knicks are not going to trade for Joel Embiid. The Knicks are not going to trade for LeBron. The Knicks are not going to trade for Giannis. The Knicks are not going to trade for Luka. The Knicks are not going to trade for Jokic. Let's just nip that in the bud. Every time I go on YouTube, I hear people say, you know, the Knicks are saving their assets for the big trade. No, they're not. Not in that sense. The Knicks are not trading for the Knicks are not going to trade for that guy. Right? I do, however, see the Knicks gathering assets for Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is the piece that fits for us. The Joel Embiid thing is not going to work. Let's not get our hopes up. Right? The Knicks don't have enough to go get Giannis. And at this point, do you want Giannis at this point? The Knicks don't have enough to go get Jokic. They don't have enough for Damian Lillard. The Knicks don't have enough for whatever megastar. The Knicks don't have enough for Steph Curry. The Knicks don't have enough for Kevin Durant, Devin Booker. You know what I'm saying? Salute to the chat. Salute AD. Hotline Bling is in the building. Wiz El Presidente is in the building. But what they do have enough for is Donovan Mitchell. Right? The Knicks do have enough for Donovan Mitchell. And I think that is the wave right there. I think that's where we're headed. Right? The Knicks have a bunch of ham sandwich protected picks. The Knicks have a bunch of situational protected first round picks. We have our own picks, which we think will be in the 20s at least. Right? We think they'll be in the 20s at least. And the Knicks have young players that none of us know exactly what they are. Like, what is Quentin Grimes at this point? What is Emmanuel Quickley? at this point? What is RJ Barrett at this point? What does the NBA, how does the NBA view those three young players? If the NBA tells you anything about how they view our young players, look at what Obi Toppin went in a trade for. If Obi Toppin, a promising young big man, went for 2 terrible second-round picks, what does that say about the landscape of the NBA? So what does that leave you with? So that leaves us with a situation, the sum of all fears. We kept Quentin Grimes out of the Donovan Mitchell trade. And then 1 year later, we bring in a replacement for Quentin Grimes. No big deal. I don't think he'll replace Grimes completely. In my opinion, I know this sounds contradictory, but just hear me out on this while I lay all my cards on the table. You don't bring in Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo and Jalen Martin if you're not dissatisfied with the shooting guard production, right? You don't you don't bring in 3 guys that play this man's position and then say he's the future. You bring in 3 guys that play his position in order to establish a training camp battle where you hope that he beats out everybody and remains the starter. But that's the troubling part. Because was Grimes really the issue last season? Or was an inconsistent RJ Barrett really the issue last season? So there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things to discuss. For just average fans, the conversation may go up and down for you. For the basketball purists like myself, I think this is intriguing. That small forward was not really addressed the way that it should have been. Bo Ismail is in the building. We, as Knicks fans, are in a tough spot. Because if Grimes is not the guy, all of a sudden you kill his trade value like you killed Austin Reeves' trade value, like you killed Kemba Walker's value, like you killed Derrick Rose's value, like you killed Evan Fournier's value. Now Quentin Grimes goes to the bench as another casualty of this Tom Thibodeau experiment. And no knock on Tibbs, because for the most part, Tibbs has been successful. But I think Grimes might be a casualty. And not only Grimes being a casualty, but the Knicks being a casualty. Hold on, let me take this hat off. Jeez. It got hot in here all of a sudden. You talk about Tom Thibodeau for a few minutes, and all of a sudden, things get crazy. So I think the Donovan Mitchell thing is real. And I think the fluctuating value of the Knicks assets is real. It's a real thing. Like, does RJ Barrett have real trade value at this point? I don't think so. Right? Does Grimes have real value? Right? I don't know. Does Emmanuel Quickly have real value? I'm not sure. And if they don't have value, how can we say we're going to put them in a trade for Joel Embiid? How? How? I'd really like to chat. I really like to pick y'all's brain and see how y'all feel. Do you feel like the Knicks have enough young players to offer in a Joel Embiid trade, in a Giannis trade? Do you think Milwaukee is open to a trade offer that's headlined by Quentin Grimes and RJ Barrett? So I'm going to pretend as if Anthony D is the Milwaukee Bucks team president. Anthony D, I'm interested in Giannis. I'm going to start the negotiation with RJ Barrett and Quentin Grimes. Are you open to that? I can add other stuff. But the headliner of this package is Quentin Grimes and RJ Barrett. Right? If you're Milwaukee's team president, do you listen to that? And then if you're a Knicks fan, right? And you hear what we are lining up to offer in a Joel Embiid or a Giannis trade scenario, are you excited as a Knicks fan that this front office will be able to pull off the said mystery move? Now, the thing is, last year when we were negotiating with Utah, the parameters were set already. RJ, Mitch, Grimes, 2 firsts and 2 unprotected firsts. And the Knicks didn't want to pay it. Now, a year later, can you offer that to Cleveland for Donovan Mitchell? The thing is with Donovan Mitchell is going to be a Knick regardless, right? Is he going to be a Knick at the trade deadline, or is he going to be a Knick in free agency? Either way, we're all confident that Donovan Mitchell is going to make his way to the Garden. Spiders belong in New York. That's just what it is. Spider-like heroes belong in New York. I didn't make this thing up. It's just what it is. I didn't make up the whole Spider saves New York thing. I think that's been a thing that's been going on for like 60 years, 70 years. I didn't make that up. That's a real thing. That's a real thing, right? But if you're New York, would you offer same said package for Donovan Mitchell and feel comfortable? Salute to Adam. Adam, what's good, man? If you're New York, do you offer that? Do you feel comfortable offering Cleveland Grimes and RJ and say a number of first round picks? Even though I love RJ Barrett, yes. Yes. Yes, I am comfortable with it. Even though I love RJ, I love Quickly, I love Grimes, really like Grimes, man. I really like Grimes. I just don't like that unnecessary hype. The whole Quentin Grimes is better than Reggie Miller thing is crazy to me. And I'm not going to pick this time to bash him. I'm not going to do that. Right? But what I will do though is point out the fact that I think he's a good young improving player. He's a good young improving player with a lot to prove. Does he do some things I dislike? Of course. No relationship is going to be pitch perfect. Alfonso Scott is in the building. What's good, man? So ultimately, what I'm saying is I'm going to tie all these three together. I don't see. I just can't. Knicks fans, chat, please help me understand how the Knicks have enough pieces to make that major move. Like, what are we trading in order to go get a Joel Embiid, a league MVP? What do we have to offer that will make Philly trade inside the division? I'm lost to that point. I don't get it. And listen, I'm as hopeful as a Knicks fan can be. I know I'm an irrational homer. I love Randall. Randall is one of my favorite all-time Knicks. We all know this. I'll criticize him, but so what? He an NBA player. He a big boy. He can handle it. Y'all know I love RJ. Y'all know I love Quickly. But in what scenario do we have enough to go get a Jokic? Can somebody help me understand that? I'm lost to that point. And I'm often told that the Knicks are saving assets for the big trade. And in my mind, I'm like, what big trade? What big trade? I mean, we talk like we're saving up the pieces for Shohei Ohtani. Nah. You know what I'm saying? We're talking like we have a reservoir of picks that we're going to trade for Pat Mahomes. No. We don't have enough. You know what I'm saying? Like what big trade is out there that Knicks fans are confident that Leon Rose is saving pieces for? What big trade? I'll tell you a big trade. Donovan Mitchell. We already set the parameters for Donovan Mitchell with one team. And I think that same trade package gets Donovan Mitchell from another team. I just don't think we have enough to go get that guy. I just don't think we have enough. Do we have enough for Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown type player? Is that who we're saving? Please, chat, help me out. Help me understand this. What NBA player are we saving all of our assets for? I don't know. And listen, as a YouTuber and a content creator, you know what I'm saying? I sometimes put pressure on myself to come up with these scenarios, but I just don't know what the answer is to this. Just don't know. So if I can't figure that out, and the chat can't provide me with the answers too, like the chat can't help me, I think we're all in the same boat. I think we're all in the same boat of the big trade may not be out there, right? Because are we really think about this? Are we really going to go to the Boston Celtics and offer them Grimes and RJ Barrett for Jaylen Brown? I don't know. I don't know. Did we really skip the draft? Did we really skip out on the draft because we feel like we have the pieces to go trade for Joel Embiid? No. We're signing people like Dylan Windler. Let me put this thing in here, man. I don't know. Wiz, I need some help, bro. I can't figure this thing out. I need some expert advice. Because I'm completely clueless on this one thing. I do have a really sharp thought on the bench mob, though. Here's my thing on the bench mob. And I'll get back to the Joel Embiid trade later. I think your starting backcourt on opening night is Jalen Brunson and Quentin Grimes. And if you see anything other than that, somebody's getting traded. If you see anything other than, anything, if you see anything other than Brunson and Grimes, somebody is getting traded. You can bank on that. My thing is I think what we're going to see is Brunson, Grimes, RJ, Randall, Mitch. Your guards off the bench, your 4-guard rotation, IQ and DiVincenzo. Your do-it-all forward off the bench, your 2, 3, 4 off the bench, Josh Hart. Josh Hart is going to play the 2, 3, and 4 off the bench. He's going to play a lot of 2, a lot of 3, some 4. Isaiah Hartenstein is the 5. That's your 9-man rotation. Right? The player to watch. I said it earlier when I was rocking with the Queen Bee. The player to watch this season, Nathan Knight. That's who I'm rooting for. Nate Knight. Right? That's who I'm thinking this cat, Nathan Knight, is going to be the opposite of Obi. I think he's going to be the bull in the china shop. I think he's going to be Kylo Quinn for us. And I know everybody is like, oh, man, Kylo Quinn was a bum. Nah, Kylo Quinn was decent in his role. The only reason why he left is because he wanted to win, and I don't blame him. Keep an eye out for Knight stealing minutes. We have to come up with a nickname for him. And listen, I already know what it is. Like every summer, Uncle Freezy hype up a random journeyman. Nah, that wasn't me last summer. That was EG 14,000 with all that crate foolishness. That wasn't me. That was EG 14,000 with all that nonsense talking about that guy gonna Hartenstein's gonna be better than Jokic. That wasn't me. But I think Knight is the same size as Randall. Let me see if ESPN. Yeah, Nathan Knight, 6'8", 253. He's 25 years old. I'm looking at our roster, y'all. And I'm looking at our roster, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. What it looks like to me is 2 good players and player 3 through 12 is ham sandwiches. I'm looking at players 1 and 2, Randall and Brunson, and players 3 through 12 is a Yogi Bear picnic. Hey, boo boo. I do see some names that I like. I like what Dylan Windler may be able to offer. He got to tighten up his handles. I think Jericho Sims is gone. I think the Jericho Sims thing played itself out. He'll be out of here in a little while. I don't like Isaiah Roby. He's got something to prove. Mitch is our man. Randall is our guy. Quickly is our guy. Miles McBride is do or die for Miles McBride. Jalen Martin, he's too young to be in the equation. Nate Knight, I think, is going to be somebody that we all like. Trevor Kills, get him out of here. He trash. Daquan Jeffries, I don't even know why he got a roster spot. Hartenstein, we like. Hart, we like. Grimes, we like. Fournier has been a consummate professional. Dante DiVincenzo, I think we like. Jalen Brunson, we like. RJ Barrett, we like. None of those names, though, pop out. None of those names cement confidence. Yeah, I see. Yeah, Keels is gone. Keels, they still have his rights in the G League, man. I just don't have confidence in what the front office is doing on draft day. Just don't, man. I just don't. And for the sake of not rambling, let's get on a tangent. Are y'all excited about what this front office has done on draft day since they've been here? Are y'all excited about Rokas Jokubaitis, who we took? I think we took over. We think we took him over Herb Jones, or they were in the same area, right? Are y'all excited about Rokas Jokubaitis? About Jericho Sims? About Deuce McBride? About Trevor Keels? Do these names instill confidence in you? Are you excited about the fact that the Knicks, the first signing after this draft was Jacob Toppin, who you haven't even seen play yet, but we traded his brother. I, I, are you excited about Quentin Grimes? And no doubt Quentin Grimes is the best of that bunch. But does Quentin Grimes give you Anthony Edwards vibes? No. Does Quentin Grimes give you Victor vibes? No. And as the leader of that young core, you would think that at least one of those guys would be pretty good. Okay, I forgot about Quickly. Yeah. I forgot about Quickly. Quickly also. I forgot about Emmanuel Quickly. I'm excited about Quickly. And my thing is with what we have versus what we're being told, maybe two different things. The Knicks front office has to understand that if you don't tell us what's going on, we're going to make it up. It's life. Information is going to spread. So either you're going to create your own narrative or share your own narrative. If you don't tell us what's going on, we are going to read the tea leaves. We just gonna read the tea leaves, man. You don't want us to read the tea leaves. I'm in a weird place. So I'm in a place where, if you just bear with me, how do you say it? I believe Tom Thibodeau is gonna get 54 wins out of this team, but I don't believe this team has a ceiling. I believe this team has a ceiling. I don't know if we're the NBA champs type ceiling. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Big fan says 54 wins. And so I explained it earlier when I was rocking with the Queen. And I think Tom Thibodeau is gonna get. I think it's about time for Tom Thibodeau to put together a 60-win team, right? Rel is in the house. How to We Talk Mavs? Rel, I'm putting together an article too. I had like a weird telephone call hit me, bro. It was like threw my timing off and kind of messed up the vibe, so to speak. Shout out to my people. So it's about time for Tom Thibodeau to put together a 60-win team, right? I don't think Tibbs is going to win 60 games, though. But I think this team might get close, like 55 wins. And the reason why I say that is because Tom Thibodeau occasionally turns chicken poop into chicken salad. And I think this is the year. Hey, Miss Geraldine, I see you. I think this is the year, though. I think this is the year. The Knicks have everything coming back. No major departures. Right? No major departures. What's good, boss?
Salute, General.
Man, your mic is excellent, bro.
No, it's the bass.
Oh,
Like, I really don't need no microphone, but I use one anyway to make the ladies hear what I say. You know what I'm trying to say? Okay.
No, hip hop. You know, I got you. That dude in that picture with that stripe on his pants, though.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. That chin up bar is taking a punishing in that picture. What year is that? 81?
See, actually, I think I'm a corporal in that. So 83, 84.
83. Okay.
83, 84 race, maybe no 84, 85. Yeah.
Man, I was like in ninth grade or something, man. I don't know, 10th grade probably. Something like that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to the class of 86.
young buck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, so here's the thing. Why are the Knicks shuffling cards when they know they're not going to play their hand? Well, what's the deal with that? Does that make them look important?
Oh, man. No, man. What happened was Tibbs walked into a candy store. He's like, oh, give me that. And he's getting stuff he likes. So it's not necessarily even like you talked about like grounds replacement.
Right.
He's just getting greedy and seeing stuff he can buy. And he got some change. He's buying all his little, 6'4",
right,
multi-position position players.
Right.
Oh man, this is rough. That was rough when he started to go down. Actually, when you mentioned the Knicks actually is a microcosm, or maybe RG is a microcosm of the Knicks, in that they show you enough to get you a little excited,
right?
And their floor is pretty high. So we're looking at the 40s.
So you're saying that the Knicks basically have a bunch of prom dates? Is that what we're talking about? The Knicks have a bunch of prom dates. Is what you? Yeah. Okay. I got you. All right, I'm with you.
And, yeah, it hurt me, man. With that, and I'm like, at the moment, it feels good, but when you talk about the first sighted at this draft, get Obi Toppin's little brother,
Jacob Toppin,
the first sighted,
and he was trash at Kentucky.
I mean, even signed any of these last three guys, I would be okay, but the first one, I mean, with all the opportunity of signing any of these other guys, Jacob was your first signing?
Right.
Oh, man. Actually, we got to take the name, Jacob, so it's a biblical name, so maybe that's what influenced them.
Right.
Name. So there we go.
Right.
I'm trying to find reasons, man. I'm trying to find reasons keep the faith with this front office. So that's just a desperate Knicks fan. I told I think it was Ron on his show saying the ledge. I was saying I heard the song. I don't know what it was, a movie or just accidentally hit on my playlist,
Right.
and I'm like, I've been loving you too long.
Too long. Yeah.
Oh man, it hit home, man. It hit.
Yeah.
I'm like, jeez.
Yeah.
And I can't let go, because I went to my next playlist and it was like, as far as getting that Larry O'Brien, that girl,
Right.
it was my imagination.
Right. Running away with me. It was just my imagination running away with me.
Because I thought she was mine. I said, oh yeah. That's not my girl. That's not my girl.
It described it. It described it in the song, right? Described it to a T, right? And then here come the chorus. But it was just my imagination.
Exactly.
Yeah. Shout out to the Temptations.
Oh man, that's what I feel about the Knicks, man. Just like you dream and and then you wake up. Like, oh, not quite, man, not quite. Like you said.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in, bro, because what we're told versus what reality is are two different things. See, what I'm told is that the Knicks are holding their assets for a major trade, right? And then I look at their assets and I'm like, who is gonna give up a star for RJ Barrett?
Oh man.
Right? Who is gonna give up their star for Emmanuel Quickly? Who is going to give up their star for Grimes? Right? And then if you include Randall in the deal, see, now you just hustling backwards, because now even if you go out and get a guy, he's only going to be marginally better than Randall in our system. Right? Say you go get Giannis. Giannis will be about 30 points a game, 11 rebounds, and blah, blah, blah. Man, Randall is 25 and 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And Randall don't take as many shots. And Randall, for the most part, on most nights, doesn't miss games unless he is absolutely hurt, injured. Because we've seen Randall play hurt. We saw Randall play hurt in the playoffs. Right?
Yeah.
But my thing is this. Even if you go out and like Wiz, who would you like for the Knicks to go get right now?
I mean, wish list. No, I mean,
no list, just one guy.
My dream guy. Oh
yes.
Man,
right now, yeah.
Oh.
Just name your guy, bro. I'm not trying to throw you on. I'm just using your thing as an example.
Right, Embiid.
So okay. So here's the thing: you go out and get Embiid. Guess what? You start the offer. You start the offer with Randall, RJ, and Grimes, and guess what Philly's gonna do?
Ask for more.
They're either gonna laugh in your face, or hang up the phone, or ask for more, right?
Yeah.
Right. So the thing is, and then the thing is about if you include Randall in the trade, and Joel Embiid is 30. Say Joel Embiid is 31 points, 10 rebounds, right? But then you trade away Julius Randle, that's 25 points and 10 rebounds. RJ Barrett, RJ Barrett's a stat pattern at this point. I don't want to talk. His stats are up and down, right? And then you include Quickly and or Grimes, and then you include draft picks, because you're not talking about Joel Embiid, right? You're talking about the NBA League MVP. And you're not going to skate through trading for the league MVP, bro. You're going to pay MVP prices. So anybody thinking that Philly is going to take a less than offer just because it's New York, wake up. Or even better yet, go to sleep. Right? Because we dreaming, right?
Absolutely.
What would you give up in a Joel Embiid trade?
In order to try to maximize who he is, because giving up too much active players means the team will be rebuilding, and I'll be basically where I am right now without a superstar. I mean, except for I'll have a MVP.
You mean Philly?
I mean, as a Nick, I'll be giving up so many players that I got to build around Embiid with new guys because I don't know who's going to help him get that trip. Because without Randall, let's say Randall and RJ alone, and let's even don't even mention Grimes or IQ,
right?
Our team will not beat Boston, Cleveland. I mean, will not beat 4 or 5 of the teams in the East right now.
Or and here's the tricky part: if you do that deal, I still don't think we beat Philadelphia. You know why? Because you traded an all-star, 2 young studs, and RJ Barrett, and you gave them like 4 first-round picks.
Exactly. Oh man.
So now you're talking about Tyrese Maxey, Emmanuel Quickly, Quentin Grimes, RJ Barrett, Julius Randle, Tobias Harris.
Oh,
and
man.
You know what? They may want Mitch. May want Mitch.
That's true.
They may say keep. They may say keep Grimes and give us Mitch, a center for a center.
Yeah. So basically, yeah, it's going to cost us too much. So, and I saw Adam throwing the 11 picks. We got 11 picks. I'm like, first of all, realistically, take away 3 of those because we can't trade back to back for our own.
Yep, and back to back years. Yep.
Exactly. All right. So boom, that's gone. So now it's down to 8 picks.
Yep.
3 of those.
8 first round picks, right?
8 first round picks, exactly.
Okay.
3 of those 8 first round that are left are not gonna convey.
Okay.
For the next 2 years, right? If at all, can convert the second round. It's quite possible. I mean, Detroit, possible. You never know.
Okay.
But Washington is, they're gone. Washington's not gonna. Washington make the playoff. I'll be shocked in the next 2 years.
Shocked.
So shocked, exactly.
Yeah.
If Dallas actually does rebuild properly, I'm going to give we talk Mavs guys some credit and hope that they can talk their front office into building properly, utilizing the players properly and actually show up. It means it's going to be in the 20s.
But this year's draft is going to be weak though.
And it's going to be
so their draft pick in the 20s is going to be like value in the 40s in this year's draft.
Exactly. And then, and assuming our team is going to get Embiid and have a superstar, then let's assume we're going to be in the playoffs, which again, may be in the high teens, 20s as well. So even our own pick is not valuable to other teams when they look at it. So I can't even count our draft picks as being assets to the level of, we're going to give you 4 first rounders or 5 first rounders. When what's they worth? What's the worth of those first rounders? Oh, we got 11 second rounders too. We gave you all those. So what's it going to cost us? And those those first round picks and maybe even second rounders because they don't like the draft.
Right. Yeah, and if you get Embiid, you don't care nothing about the draft now because you got Embiid and Jalen Brunson's prime running congruent. Right? Or what's the word? Is it congruent when things run the same? Yep. Parallel? Is it parallel? Congruent?
Remember,
whatever.
Last week we got sentenced at the prison down at Washington, North Carolina prison. Sentenced one consecutively or concurrently?
Concurrent is what I'm saying.
That's what I try to remember my time in the when I got sentenced with the Marine Corps and the brig.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too. I'm trying to think about that with marriage. I'm just joking. But yeah, so once you get Joel Embiid, getting draft picks, all that stuff don't matter no more, bro. You're trying to get veterans to take advantage of his prime.
Right. I mean, is there a path with a multi-team trade? That's the possibility that I have to look at. Is there are teams out there who will send someone like a Dame or someone to Philly, and we send them those, 6 useless picks somewhat.
Right. So you're saying a Dame. So okay. So once you say that now, I think it can't be 3. You got to probably be a 4-team trade now.
Right. I was thinking 4 actually. Yep.
Yeah, because and those are hard to pull off.
I know.
Right. Especially when James Harden will want to sign and trade.
Oh,
so that's going to make it very difficult to pull off, but it can happen. Right. And so if you're talking about Dame to Philly, right, and Embiid to the Knicks, and then Harden to the Clippers, the Knicks will probably have to pay 2 teams in that.
Right.
The Knicks themselves will have to pay 2 teams. They'll have to pay Portland because Portland will want those draft picks that you mentioned.
Exactly. Yep.
Right. And then you'll have to pay Philly because Philly will covet those young players to play with Tyrese Maxey and Tobias Harris. Right. And all the Clippers really want is James Harden. Right. They just want James Harden. Right. So in order to do the James Harden part, the Knicks will probably have to take Tobias Harris's salary along with Joel Embiid's salary. So now you're talking about the Knicks taking on like $70 million. So you got to include RJ and Randall in that trade along with Evan Fournier just to get to that $70 million threshold.
Yep.
And so you're talking about Fournier gone, RJ gone, Randall gone, and then Quickly and Grimes gone. And now the team is just Villanova and Joel Embiid. Right?
We're taking the Villanova team to Philadelphia to play.
Yes. And then Philadelphia still may have a better team than us. Right? With think about it, with a backcourt of Quickly and Maxey both getting full-time minutes. Grimes getting 27, 28 minutes a game. RJ in some capacity doing something. RJ may wind up going to Portland in that trade. You never know. Right? And then Randall in the place of Tobias Harris. And you may have to include Mitch.
Oh, man.
And Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, because of Brunson is a Knick and the league will never have 2 players on the All-Star team, Randall will never be an All-Star again. I make that bet. Hey, Paris Duggar, I think I might make that bet with you.
Wow.
I might make that bet with you, but you got to give me the next 2 years. Right? because I'm not confident that Randall is going to make it. I think Randall is the every other year All-Star. So give me the next 2 years and I'll take it. Steak dinner.
Oh man.
Steak dinner. I know that's a long-term bet. Paris Duggar's like, man, I'll be starving in 2 years. Yeah. You might not win either. I might be starving in 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. IKBM Dre is in the building.
What up, Dre?
Yeah, Wiz. So even with that said, bro, what does that put us?
Oh, man. Tobias Harris, Embiid, and Villanova.
And Villanova, yeah.
We should have gotten Cam Whitmore, man. Dang, God, we should have gotten Cam.
Yeah, should have got Cam Whitmore, man.
Oh, where would that put us?
Yeah.
Oh, can that squad? Oh, man. Can that squad compete against Boston, Cleveland? Oh, like I said, even Philly with our team over there with half the Knicks starters over there. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's
think about everything. Think about everything you're giving up for Embiid, and then you still may have to take Tobias Harris's contract.
That's the sad part. Okay, so Yeah, I mean, unless thing is that trade wouldn't make sense for us because a trade like that has to be a trade that we say with this team we're going to the finals.
Right.
They're a contender for the NBA championship. We can't make that move if we're not going to say after that move we have a contender for the NBA championship. We can't make that move and think we gotta get past the second round.
And that's a second round team, in my opinion.
Second round too, exactly. So
Yeah.
it would make no sense. That's the dilemma that we face as the front office faces.
Yeah.
That's why they stacked up all those draft picks because they were looking for this kind of dilemma. They like puzzles and enigmas. They like to be challenged.
I think we just overplayed our hand.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Wiz, I'm not gonna lie to you, and I don't mean this in any disrespect to the Knicks front office, but if they take it that way, I don't care. So I think they overplayed their hand. Like what they should have done is strike while the iron is hot and not think that you can make the iron hot anytime you feel like it.
Mm. Wow.
You ever been in that situation? Like opportunity knock, you're like, no, I don't like this opportunity. I'm gonna wait on the next one. And then you standing there waiting on opportunity, and the opportunity doesn't come as frequently as you anticipated.
Oh yeah, remember I trade I traded in the stock market and I've traded options, I've traded bonds, I've traded crypto. So I've seen those.
Ironically, that's what I'm working on. You must have known that? Did you know I'm working on my series 63 and 66 licenses?
What?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I literally just looked at the site about the 7 and the 63. Oh wow, nice.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So I'm not gonna do. I don't have an affiliation yet, right? So I'm not doing Series 6 and Series 7 because I don't have an affiliation and I don't want to be sponsored because I don't want to get into a long term. And when I say long term, I mean like a 24-month contract with somebody just for
Right.
sponsorship. I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather be able to ebb and flow as I choose. And then when I'm ready to get locked in, maybe in 2 or 3 years, then I'll do Series 6, Series 7, and Series 99, where I can manage a group.
Nice.
But I'm not ready for that yet, man. I like being SpongeBob chasing jellyfish is my best way to describe it.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Look at Mr. Multi-talented, super gifted, universal. Dang, God, really?
Yeah, man. That's why I hadn't been doing shows as often as I'd like to, because bro, Wiz, let me tell you something, bro. When you get in your 50s and you start going back to the book and studying,
Yeah.
shit, bro, can't remember nothing. Bro, listen, man. Hey, Wiz, listen, stay a young man as long as you can, bro. Stay 49 for 50 more years, bro. Once you get into your 50s, man, you be trying to remember stuff. Bro, I lost my car keys this morning, man.
Oh no. Yo, actually, that's what my last staffer had. I was telling them, I said to them, and they got mad at me because they think I know everything, right? Because I trained most of them. So I trained them. It was, most of them was technical stuff, IT type stuff.
Right.
And I'm like, I know I taught you this, but I forgot what you've been doing. I said, I forgot it. I got to relearn it. So the good thing is that actually I did it in school too. I said, I refuse to memorize. I want to learn. So if I can't deduce it from intellectually, if I depend on memory, it's not going to work for me. So I said, every time you come to me, I got to look at it. I got to relearn. Oh, this is how this works. Okay, and I put together. And then I said, that's how it works. And that's where I operate. I can't say, oh, yeah, this is how you do it. Because from memory, it's not going to work for me. And as of 10 years ago, that was gone. So I unfortunately, I didn't stay a young man. So I got to pass that advice on to IKBM and those youngins out there.
Right.
But
right.
man, That's what the front office is doing right now. Maybe Rose is forgetting stuff and Tibbs, and they have to go, oh, we forgot to do that. We should have gotten,
Yeah. But you know what though? The thing about the young people is they collect data and we recollect, right? They don't see it that way. They collect stuff, bro, and they just have it, and we have to recollect, bro. We have to jog our memory. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah. So, but anyways, the thing I was getting at about the Knicks and the thing I'm getting about the Knicks and the moves that they make, like I think we're just in a spot where we should just chill out and let these young cats develop into something. Right? We may as well let them do it. Right? Like you started down this path. Why keep changing? Why keep changing courses every year? Right?
Right. I mean, yeah, definitely this year is a stated course year for sure. Right. That Kemba Fournier year messed us up big.
That should have been the year where we was in basic training and boot camp.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, that should have been the boot camp year, but we botched it up. We can't go back and rewrite history. That was 2 seasons ago. You know what I'm saying? So now instead of trying to rewrite the past, instead of like Tupac said, I'm not living in the past. You want to last and be the first to blast. You know what I'm saying? We can't be that. You know what I'm saying? We got to be what's ahead.
Exactly.
What's the future about?
Yeah. And then even with the Dante pickup, I mean, I like him a lot. I like his skill set.
I love Dante DiVincenzo, bro.
But there's a little part of me that feels a little Fournier-like on that pickup.
Oh, no, you didn't. No, he didn't.
I'm just saying, we were missing something.
Right.
We kind of filled it without the kind of level of player we probably should fill it with. We fill it with a guy who was kind of convenient at the right price that kind of fits in with the other guy, almost like Fournier, Kemba were like teammates. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's Fournier. I'm just saying it just has a small. I mean, it's very small. It's a very small part of me that has a little fear of, did we sacrifice something to have him on there because we needed that? And what we sacrificed was another power forward, right? Or wing player, 3-and-D type. I mean, I'm just saying that just feels a little hint of that. It's not, so people don't jump on me and say I'm calling Dante Fournier. It was just the movement by the front office felt a little bit like that, where it's a stopgap. There's a little hole in the ship, right?
You talking about Fournier and DiVincenzo? It's a little bit early, man.
No, it's early. I just say that's why it's only 1% of my whole thoughts about that. I love Dante. I like it a lot. I'm just saying, it just felt a little hint of that.
I would have rather. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even though I like Dante DiVincenzo, I felt like Kelly Oubre would have been a better roster move.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying? And there's some. I'm gonna adjust this real quick, and then I'll get into the reason why. So Parasaga, thank you for the generous contribution. Parasaga says Freezy is as smart as they come. That's why I be killing him whenever he says Randall is more than a 1975 spam and government cheese sandwich. Yeah, I feel you. Listen, I get it. I'm not knocking your opinion. I am the first person in Knicks universe that actually said, I want you to be a fan your way. Now everybody says it, and now it's kind of like that breeze that come through. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, you so used to hearing it, like it don't bother you no more. But I'm the first to say, man, I want people to be a fan how they want to be a fan. I don't care nothing about people's opinion on say Randall or let me see. I'm trying to get this light right. Like Randall one way or the other. I'm trying to get the light right, man. The light is just. Let me see. There is that better? That better?
Yep, that's tight. Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get it bright enough, but not blind me. It's the reason why I'm in the microphone like this because you got the light like right here, just
right.
like I don't know if y'all can see it, but the light right here.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, yo, look at the camera. Nah, man, the light is like right here. So I'm just like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Move the light away. No, man. The setup is kind of wonky. But anyways.
G. Robinson, I like G. Robinson says, if you can only get players who will play their actual position.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking about when I heard of, thinking of Josh and RJ and them trying to fill in that power forward spot and trying to look at those kind of things. And
right.
Oh man.
Right. Yeah. I the thing is that we have to understand is with Tibbs is putting players in position on defense first and then have them figure out on offense.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like Grimes is a wing player defensively, but offensively, is he a wing player? No. He's not a wing player offensively. He's not even a guard offensively. He's just a spot up shooter. You know what I'm saying? And you would hope because think about it. Think about this. Of the shooters that you've seen all time, what is their best attribute? Is it their shooting stroke? Is it their shot selection? Is it their endurance? Is it their relocation ability? Like, to me, the greatest shooter that I've ever seen was Larry Bird, but his shooting stroke wasn't the best looking. If you remember Larry Bird, used to have the Trey Boucher behind the head.
Exactly.
And you're like, ew, what is that? You look like Bill Cartwright. But you couldn't stop it, bro.
No.
You couldn't stop Larry Bird. Larry Bird is the best relocator ever. Like, the defense thinks he's in one place and he's in another place, and you can't stop him from getting to his spot.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Is Klay Thompson the best shooter all time? Does he have the best stroke? Or does he always seem like he's wide open? When you see Klay always seems like he's open. It's not because he's the fastest, it's because his relocation, his shot prep and setup is excellent, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's these small things that like IKBM Dre and myself like try to point out about basketball players. You know what I'm saying? Like I know people like to bash Tibbs and like to bash players and all this type of stuff. But what I'm saying, basketball is so nuanced. Basketball is so like for instance, Jalen Brunson is short. He's slow. He doesn't have long arms. He's not athletic, right? But the thing he is very, very skilled. Jalen Brunson is very skilled, bro. Like, Jalen Brunson is dynamite, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jalen Brunson reminds me of a Adrian Dantley at point guard. You know what I'm saying? Like he's undersized for the position, but you just can't stop him, man. You can't stop him, bro. You know what I'm saying? Even when he gets hot, you still can't stop him. Well, like Knicks fans, I don't think people know this or not, but since January, Jalen Brunson averaged between 27 and 28 points a game. He averaged 27.5 points a game from January. Right? And I know that seems like, oh man, but the other point guards, nah. The other guards don't play in a whack Tom Thibodeau offense. You know what I'm saying? Another thing too, Quentin Grimes shot 41% from the end of January through the end of the season from three.
Yep. As I said about Brunson too, he was efficient as well.
Yeah, Brunson almost shot 42% from three, bro, on the season.
Exactly.
Jalen Brunson shot 48% from three on spot up threes.
Yep.
Right. So if you got your backcourt shooting in the 40s from three and quickly shooting from 40% from three when he starts, right? And Randall is an all-star, and Mitch is your defensive anchor. One name wasn't mentioned. And he might be the problem.
Oh no.
Hey, Kev Middleton, listen. You heard Kev. Listen. Middleton, listen to me. If Brunson shoots 48% from three, and I'm rounding up, it's like 47.6. It's like 47.6, right? And then Grimes from right before the All-Star break through the end of the season shot 41 point something percent from three, right? And Randall is an all-star, and Mitch is your defensive anchor. We mentioned a name that doesn't get blamed for anything.
That's so funny. Oh my goodness. I never thought about that.
Think about, like, for instance, why are we trying to go out and get Joel Embiid when the answer was not that Mitch played bad, but the guards did their job right at the All-Star break forward. The guards did their job. Randall made the All-Star team. Mitch is your defensive anchor. One name doesn't get mentioned, but we are talking about replacing Mitchell Robinson or Quentin Grimes.
Wow.
And I love RJ, bro. Y'all know how I feel about RJ. I just need for him to step up and be consistent. Right? Because if we're going to talk that talk the way that we like to have that talk to us, let's be honest with each other. RJ Barrett's offense sucks. And RJ Barrett's defense is wildly inconsistent.
Wow.
Right? Don't show me tape where RJ Barrett on some plays is locking up OG Anunoby, is shutting down Pascal Siakam, right? Is bodying up on Jimmy Butler, and then LaMelo Ball is cooking him. You know what I'm saying? And then he can't seem to get his feet from untangled. Right? So my thing is if we're just being honest, right? Your guards are shooting. Think about this. Quickly shot 37% from three. Grimes shot almost 39% from three. Right? Brunson shot almost 42% from three. Randall is an all-star. Josh Hart shot 51% from three, and he's a non-shooter. Right? Randall's an all-star. Mitch is a defensive anchor, and yet we're talking about upgrading Grimes. What are we talking about out here?
Wow. That hurts. James has give RJ one more season.
Yeah. You know, that's the Frank Ntilikina argument, remember? remember the thing with Frank Ntilikina? Yo, well, Frank only had 4 seasons, man. Frank need one more season.
That's one more.
Yeah. The thing with Frank is no matter, we saw the same thing for 4 years with Frank, and we were like, well, Frank only need 5 more seasons and he'll get there. Well, guess what? We looking at RJ Barrett through 4 seasons, right? Tell me what RJ Barrett improved on in his 4 years.
Oh man.
Paris Duggan, tell me what RJ Barrett, and I know Paris Duggan is an RJ Barrett fan, right? Paris Duggan, tell me what RJ Barrett improved on in his 4 years here. And I'm an RJ fan. You know I want RJ to be good. I'm not a hater. I want RJ Barrett to be consistent, man. Can you just be something and be good at it for 82 games?
Okay, no. Give me 60 games, RJ. Give me 60. Play 82, but 60 of them means someone good.
Right.
What's up, Mega? By the way,
Right.
man, Mega in the chat.
You said the chat, yeah.
Yeah. Oh
I,
man.
I'm trying to
Free
figure out what.
throw. His free throw went up 4 points.
Mm, mm,
I was gonna say that, by the way, because that's the only thing I could think of. He went
right.
up like 4 points.
That's what we are. Yeah. I you know what? I asked the question and I got an answer.
He became an average. He went from bad to average.
As a guard, he a guard that was a terrible free throw shooter that got good. Or I'm sorry, that got average.
Average. Exactly.
I'm trying to figure out the thing. The thing I'm trying to figure out why RJ Barrett is not consistent, right? Because even for RJ Barrett's improved handle, and I think that's one thing he improved on, right?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is Wiz, are you from New York City? You from New York City?
Brooklyn.
What are you from, North Brooklyn or South Brooklyn? Like, tell me,
East
are
Flatbush,
you from
East Flatbush,
Crown
Little
Heights?
Jamaica, East Flatbush.
East Flatbush. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with a place called New Rochelle?
Yes.
Why does RJ Barrett have to back up from Manhattan all the way to New Rochelle just to get a running start at the rim, bro?
Oh man. I thought he went to Albany. Talking about New Rochelle.
Yeah. This dude backs all the way up to Bayonne, New Jersey to get a running start at the rim. Shout out to Bayonne too, by the way, the Bayonne Bridge, all that.
That's it. That still, I mean, it puzzles me every time I see him do it. Every time I'm like, what is it?
Does he not know that when he backs up that the defense is resetting while he's backing up?
Exactly.
Wiz, I don't know. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm frustrated with RJ because I want him to be a great NBA player. But at some point, we can't have this Frank Ntilikina narrative, bro. We can't have this Kevin Knox narrative that I know he played 4 years, he only needs 7 more years. I can't do that no more, bro.
He's still only 22 and 21 and 20, and every time he gets older, they say a younger age.
Right. And you know I love her. Y'all know I love RJ, bro. Wiz, is it not clear that I love RJ Barrett?
Unfortunately, yes, it's clear. I don't know why.
But if I could, but if I can criticize Grimes, if I can criticize Mitch, if I can criticize Randall, the golden child can be criticized.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not unfair hate. Yo, we let Frank live. We let Frank live for 20 years, and he scored 20 points one time. and that was when the Washington Wizards only dressed 6 people. You remember that night? The Wizards dressed 6 people, and Frank went off for 20. Yeah, man. And so my thing is with everyone getting blamed, like Randall got a lot of blame. A lot of it he deserved.
Right.
A lot of it he deserved, right? Jalen Brunson did not get a lot of blame. And you know what? For what he did, he shouldn't get blamed. Josh Hart gets unfair blame. And you know what? I'll be man enough to say, man, my man is Josh. I like Josh Hart on other teams. He got here, he did other stuff, and it was unfair to judge him on less than 30 games coming in during the season. Hey, that's reasonable.
Okay.
I could bite the bullet on that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right. But RJ Barrett, bro. RJ Barrett is the man in that Public Enemy poster with the target on him.
Mm-hmm.
RJ back. Knicks Nation is in the building. Okay, I see you, boss. Knicks Nation in here. Salute.
Expect RJ to be consistent. There's a lot of changes.
Yes.
That is true. That is true. That's a whole lot RJ would have to change to become consistent. Oh man.
Paris Duggar said that Frank should be on That's Incredible. You remember that show from back in the day? And Fred Tarkenton and Byron Allen and all of them? Yeah.
Yep. Look at Paris going way back. He going back to 75 ham and government cheese sandwiches or spam.
Yeah, Paris Duggar talking like he a historian. Okay, I see you. Salute. Respect.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. Respect. And so Mr. Middleton says we're gonna grind it out, 46 wins, but we should have went all we should have went all in, is what I'm thinking. ESPN got us ranked 13, 6th seed in the East with the Pacers right behind us. I disagree with all of that stuff.
Yep, me too.
And so what I'm gonna say to you, Kev, is I think the Knicks are gonna be the number 2 seed in the East. I think the Knicks are gonna win somewhere between 53 and 57 games. I want to say they're gonna win 60, but you can't account for injuries on a Tom Thibodeau team, right? So you can't account for injuries on a Tom Thibodeau team. And with me saying that, I don't think this team is going to win an NBA championship. What I think is Tom Thibodeau, given the same roster in 2 years back to back, is going to work a miracle with this roster, right? I think he's going to work a miracle with the roster. I think the Knicks are going to come out hot, stay hot, right? But the thing is we are going to look like a flash in the pan team went through smoke and mirrors. And what it is we're just going to be the healthiest, most prepared, deepest team in the NBA, barring injury, of course, And we might win 60 games. I'm saying somewhere between 53 and 57. Because I look back at last season, right. There were a lot of games that we lost, bro, that we should have won. Yep. That MLK game where RJ dunked at the buzzer, where he got hacked and they didn't call a foul.
Yeah.
RJ Barrett should have been shooting a free throw with the game, to win the game right there. Not saying that he was going to make it, right? But I'm saying my man is good.
Now I'm going to say, the number of victories. I don't know if you could predict the placement based on number of victories, because last year 58 was first, 57 was second, 54 was third. Which means that if this year, if it's even more parity in the league, then yes, mid-50s could be 1, 2, possibly 3. Right. Where I think they're going to be a couple teams that's going to just run through the regular season. We may be one, but I think, I know you talk about Boston's no longer hungry, but I think that KP move is going to make them have to reassess and start to say, we have to show what we got. And I think KP is going to be a big plus for them. And I only Milwaukee, because of their agent type feel, I think may slip back. Okay. But Cleveland, Boston, and us, we could decide. We're not going to let.
I think you're sleeping on Atlanta, bro. Atlanta's going to be really good.
I am. And so, if we throw Atlanta in there, that means, but I think Charlotte's going to be better. Orlando's going to be better.
Indiana's going to be better.
Indiana's going to be better. So those teams that some of us ran through last year and went 4-0 against, or 3-0 or 3-1, may bring the overall conference back down a little bit to more parity, where we'll be like the West was, where 53 wins won the West, right? What was that? Actually, it was 53 won the West? Yep, 53 won the West last year. With Denver winning 53. So if you're looking at 54, 57 for second place, then very likely it could even be first. So, I can't disagree that, oh man, I was trying to disprove your statement about being second place. So, but no, I actually proved it.
Right.
We could end up being second Please.
And mind you, finishing first, second, or third in the Eastern Conference does not mean you're automatically going to the NBA Finals.
Oh,
right?
definitely.
I think Miami is still a contender for the NBA Finals.
Mm.
I just don't think they care about the regular season like that. I think they just care about getting to the postseason healthy.
Mm.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? I think that might be what Boston is too. Get to the postseason healthy, and then now you're talking about excellent coaches with excellent rosters and superior talent playing against each other.
That's so funny. That's so funny because Miami was actually the only team to make the play-in, not even just playoff, to be a negative differential against offensive defense.
Right.
Points per game. Miami was negative in the regular season and then ends up being in the finals of the NBA.
And Chicago had a lead on them with less than 4 minutes left to go in the game.
Exactly.
If Chicago just closed out that game, bro, we might be the NBA champs. Thank you, Chicago. Still messing us up.
Just like they did in the 90s with Michael. Jeez.
Oh,
again. They always be a problem.
Yeah.
But overall, I got to go back to saying, do we have the best? But yes, the original team which I want to jump on was, do you have the best bench in the NBA? I think 8 through 12, we probably the best. But because 1 through 7, I gotta give it to Philly. 1 through 6, I gotta give it to Cleveland against us. I think we match up and we cancel each other out. I think 2 superstars and a star. Man, KP and Randall almost canceled to me. I'm sorry. Williams and
Williams is gone.
No.
Are you talking about Robert Williams? Okay,
Robert Williams.
Okay, landlord, Time Lord. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's I can't give Mitch much because of the shooting, man. Gotta give the edge because they make it a match, make it a watch.
Him and Horford. Okay.
Right, him and Horford combined, exactly.
Okay.
And so if you wanted to I heart him, but definitely I heart and Mitch versus him and Horford, then it may be a slight edge Boston, but Mitch are a wash. But Tatum, Brown, boom, win, victory. So point guard is where we got him.
Okay.
That's where we got him, point guard. But then as you go to Brogdon and Horford 6 and 7, that's where this, I don't know, actually IQ, right? Brogdon IQ matchup. You know what? Oh, man, you may be right about that after all. We may have the best bench in the Eastern Conference, and then I don't think the West has anybody competes bench-wise. They compete on the starters, but bench-wise, wow.
Right.
Crazy. You sometimes smarter than I thought.
Sometimes I figure some stuff out, right?
Army intelligence. It's not an oxymoron.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, man. Atmosphere Audio, thank you for the generous contribution. Atmosphere Audio says, well, if it ain't Parrish running from quiet money, he's been trying to make a bet. You don't want any smoke.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Spice.
That glove has slapped your face. Smack. Ready? I'm going to respond
gauntlet.
there.
The gauntlet. Okay.
Parrish.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
RJ, Knicks Nation, RJ went through a lot of changes in 4 years, expect to be consistent. IQ had to deal with Tibbs and Tibbs' favorite IQ. I think a healthy and more in shape. Okay.
Right.
Healthier, more in shape, RJ.
Who?
Healthier, more in shape, RJ. Is that possible? And is it likely?
No. I think RJ Barrett is who he is at this point.
I was gonna say I can't. I don't see it either.
Yeah, I think RJ is who he is. Right.
Wow.
Atmosphere Audio said, read the super chat. Okay, I got you. I got you. Read the. All right. Okay. Okay. Read the super chat. Okay, I got you. I thought we read the super chat.
Yeah,
We got
you did. That was yeah. You missed. Yeah, that was he was talking about that one with the calling out Parish.
All
But
right.
otherwise, I'm not saying DY can guard Brunson. I said Brunson got it down. Brunson, we win at point guard. It's a no brainer at point.
Right.
Can who can guard Randall though from the Celtics? Who can guard Randall?
Nobody.
No,
Who can
they
guard
can't.
quickly from the Celtics? Marcus Smart is in Memphis.
Oh, snap. Okay. Who can guard Dante from the Celtics?
Right.
So I mean, depth wise, I think Boston. We got Boston depth wise. I was initially thinking they had the first 7 by a slight edge because of Brown and Tatum, just overall talent, and then 6 and 7, IQ and Josh, or I don't know. Who's it? Who's 6 and 7 for us? IQ and Josh, or IQ and Dante? Who's number 7? Is IQ 6?
IQ is 6 because he's a point guard.
IQ 6. Okay.
Yeah. And DiVincenzo and Josh Hart come off the bench at the same time.
Okay.
They'll be tandem. I could see them coming off the. I could see all 4 of them coming off the bench at the same time.
So. Okay,
I want to talk to you about Nathan Knight.
Oh, jeez.
Nathan Knight. Get used to this name, y'all.
Okay. You know, on film, a tough part is all I see on film is people's highlights. So everybody looks good on film, right? Ntilikina looked good on film, right? When you look at highlights only. But not even that. Frank didn't look. He didn't.
But he's a bull. He's a bull in a china shop. He's a big butt girl on the dance floor, bumping everything out the way. That's what Nathan Knight is, right? He's a stout for all my big shoulder people in here. Any big shoulder, teeny ankle people in here. Any barrel chested, teeny ankle people in here. Know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Big biceps and teeny wrists. Any of y'all in here? You know what I'm saying? This is Nathan Knight, a bull in a china shop.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? He is the guy that grabs a rebound and injures 2 players, one of his own and one on the other team.
It's true. And he got athleticism too, man. At least he's athletic.
Yeah.
He's not the freak, but he's athletic.
He's the same size as Randall.
I know. But it looks like he jumps a little bit easier than Randall does.
Oh, my.
Looks like he elevates a little bit easier than Randall does. Maybe it's just the way he does it. He does come through. Yeah.
Wes, let me ask you this. I want to get down to the nitty-gritty on something. Yo.
What's up, fellas? What's up, Wiz? What up, Freely? What up to the chat?
Man, intros, I forgot about them, bro.
You know, the intro is still classic.
Yeah, I forgot about Wiz.
Classic
my bad,
as
bro.
a coke.
Now, I was gonna say yesterday when you were bringing some cats on without intro, I'm like, oh, what happened to that? But no, I'm good. I was the first one on, so it was okay. But when you bring in Dre on, you got to bring the intro.
Yeah, I got one. I think I got one for Wiz somewhere. Let me see. Where is it, Wiz? Where's this? Where's you have an intro right here? It is right here.
Right.
Sorry, wrong one. I hit the wrong W, bro. Let me. I got. Where is it, man? I got it labeled. I have it labeled Wiz too, by the way.
That's what Alan Wise said about intros and why Alan Wise would be like stuff like.
I can't find it, bro. For some reason, this is strange.
Oh man, that's how long I
here it is. Here it is. I don't know how I got it out of alphabetical order. My bad, man. My bad. It was up with it was between Super Randall and Stephadon.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I was looking for that thing. I don't know. Dre, SGA is overrated, bro.
Oh,
You trying to get me started? It's too late at night to get my blood pressure up.
No,
Can't do
man,
that.
I'm trying to take. I think Jalen Brunson might be better.
what?
Yes. Jalen Brunson might be better than the first team All NBA point guard.
Oh,
I can't let you get away with that. I mean, you could think that. That doesn't make it true.
I know.
You can absolutely feel that
And
way.
you can see I got bars, and you can drink that, and it doesn't make it fluid. I got you. I got you. We got bars. We got bars tonight.
I'll say this though, he did drop 40 in the playoffs
Mm.
on multiple occasions. Now, Shai has to actually have a team around him to get to the playoffs, but
We got bars
Yeah.
tonight.
yeah. I'll say the difference, the gap between the two is not very large.
Wiz, we got bars tonight. We got bars that's tight. We even got crypto, but it ain't kryptonite.
Oh,
Bars.
okay.
Bars.
What?
No, I feel you. I feel you though, Dre. I feel you though. I feel you about what you're saying. But my thing is though, I'm only going by a clear sample size. I think Jalen Brunson in the playoffs looked better as a player against a Hall of Fame level, NBA championship level head coach than SGA looked in a playing game or whatever that was.
Mm.
I mean, my man averaged, what did he average? 29 in the playoffs against Spoelstra?
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
that's credit to him
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
They came in the same year, right?
No,
No.
because,
1
no.
year.
SGA came in the Knox year 2 years later.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just Jalen Brunson was in college for 3 years.
No, they did come in the same year.
Did they? Okay, but
Yeah, they came in the same year. I'm sorry. Which
no, there's no way they came in the same year.
yeah.
2018.
No,
was-
because
2018. They
Shai is like, well, Shai is 2 years younger than Brunson because Brunson's going to turn 27 before the season.
Yeah,
Right,
think about
so-
this.
so
Brunson
yeah,
came in the Knox year. You know who else came in the Knox year? Luka.
Oh God.
Right.
Oh, my
and you know who else? You know who else Dallas drafted? Dallas killed that draft. They drafted Brunson and Luka in the same draft. Meanwhile, the Knicks the Knicks brought in Knox, Mitch, and Alonzo Trier.
Oh God.
Jesus.
Well, I mean, the Mitch thing, cool, but
Oh my goodness. I heard I heard so much. Why I gotta say that shit? Oh, I gotta say
And
that.
oh
Oh
man, do
my
you know how
god.
much further along we would be if we just hit on one of those draft picks?
That's what.
Right.
Oh my
Freezy,
god.
Freezy, we'd be talking about coming off of a finals appearance if we already had one of those draft picks hit.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. I'm with you. I'm with you, boss.
Oh God,
I'm with you. Trust me. I'm the one. Remember last summer I was saying the Knicks need to, if the Knicks need to burn it down, if the Knicks need to rebuild, they need to burn it to the ground and bring in some crown gems. Remember my crown gem conversation?
yep,
Anybody remember that? When I was like, yo, if you do it, listen, Big Daddy Kane ain't no half stepping, right? Don't,
ashes.
No.
yeah, don't bring in, and no disrespect to Grimes, because he's got a high floor, but I'm talking about Jalen Green's, right? I'm talking about
Anthony
Trey
Edwards.
Murphy's. Yes, bro. Trey Murphy the third and Trey Mann went in the picks right ahead of us, and we had 2 first-round picks and a high second-round pick, and we
Freezy,
stayed pat.
Freezy, you know, we drafted to appease Tom Thibodeau.
Oh, I just want to throw up in my man.
We're not drafting
Did
to
somebody put
play.
in this
We're
bottle?
not Freezy. We're not drafting to play into 2000 into the 2030s. We're not thinking about having players that play in the future.
Okay, so guys, I mean, so it was the same year, right? So I mean, I hate looking. I hate talking about it. I hate the fact that number 9 was Knox, and then Mikal Bridges, SGA, Miles Bridges, 14, Michael Porter Jr.
Oh boy.
Oh man, but go down. I don't want to even say this. This one kills me. 24 is Anthony Simons. 24. Robert Williams III was 27.
He talking
It's
about number 9 in the round.
Jalen Brunson
We're gonna talk
33.
about 9 one more time. We're gonna be spitting bars all night, man. Just bars.
We
So,
not
so
we not drafting 19-year-old development projects or
oh,
18-year-olds.
This year we signed one though. I think Jalen Martin's gonna be something.
Oh yeah, thank God. By the time he's gonna be some, Tom Thibodeau's
Tom
probably not
Thibodeau
gonna
and
be
Leon
dog
Rose
shit
will be gone. Yeah, yeah.
so
because Tom
seven, you know
Thibodeau
what
will turn
17
that.
was? Number 17?
Frank, what you
No,
talking about? Oh, I think you're talking about year 17,
no.
2017 draft. You're talking about the number 17.
The draft picking number 17 in that draft.
Um,
And
Dante
what year are you talking about?
DiVincenzo. Dante DiVincenzo.
And what year? The Knox draft?
The Knox draft.
Oh God, bro.
And now we got him back. We got him. We could have traded back to 17. I got probably 2 picks. Pick up Alfred Simons or pick up Brunson and Dante at the same time.
Wiz, let me ask this. Were you here were you here the summer when every night we got up here and I was telling everybody we should trade back, we should trade the number 8 pick, trade back and get Desmond Bain, Tyler Bay, and Tyrese Maxey? Were you
talking
here?
about the Obi draft?
The Obi draft, yeah.
The overdraft,
I
yep.
was getting killed every night, bro. I was like, no, man, trade back because we rebuilding. Trade back, right? I said trade back, get um no, not basically the 4 players. I want the Knicks to take 4 players. I want the Knicks to take the shooting guard out of Arizona, a dude named Josh Green. Right. I wanted to get him, but people were like, he Courtney Lee, right? And then I wanted them to get Tyler Bay, the power forward out of Colorado, because I thought he was going to be the next Sean Marion. Come to find out, I was wrong. Everybody can be wrong, bro. Nobody's right 100% of the time. But I wanted Tyrese Maxey and Tyler Bay. I also wanted Quickly, right? But I didn't think that Quickly. I thought they could get Quickly later than what they did. I thought they could get Quickly in the second round because he flew under the radar, right? I was like, yo, give me Maxey and Bain, right? Because I like the Joe Johnson looking shooting guards, bro. I just like them, man. You know what I'm saying? I like the big shooting guards that could be physical and got the nice tight handle, right? Not open court handle, right? But I was saying, Dre, I don't know if you were here either, but I was like, yo, with the number 8 pick, trade back, bro. And at first I was saying get Aaron Nesmith, but I knew if we traded back, we weren't gonna be able to get Aaron Nesmith, right? But I was saying the whole time, right? Just listen, trade back and get young value pieces, right, to go with RJ and just build that way. I was getting
Freezy,
killed every night.
Freezy, the biggest thing that kind of set us back in that regard was Obi actually falling because he wasn't supposed to make it take. He was supposed to be gone by 4 or something like that.
Yeah.
4 or 5.
Oh man.
He should have went 4 to Chicago, but he didn't.
Yeah.
Right. That to me, I think that was the perfect spot for him. Right. But that would have meant that Patrick Williams would have had to go, and that would have meant Golden State would have had to take Pat Williams at 2.
You know,
Right.
they would have developed Pat.
Yeah. What? Right. And then that means James Wiseman would have fell down the board to Atlanta. Right. Because Atlanta needed a center at the time. At least they felt like they needed one. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then that means the Knicks would have been sitting there. Like, do you take Onyeka Okongwu at 8 or do you trade back? Or Detroit would have took him. Detroit would have took him at 6. And then that way Killian Hayes would have been on the board with the Knicks. Right. And then the question would have been, who do you take at 6, Killian Hayes or Tyrese Halliburton? Right. But knowing the Knicks, what the Knicks would have done.
Trade back.
They'd have took Killian Hayes and put him and Frank together in the backcourt.
I don't know if they would have took Killian Hayes because remember Tibbs was coming into the front office at that point. And if you notice, like a common theme for most of our draft picks, they've been guys that've been in college 2-3 years or 4.
Oh yeah,
and Killian Hayes was a baby coming to the league.
Oh, he was. He was barely 19.
Yeah, so it would have been whoever, and I think Tyrese Halliburton spent 2 years in college.
I think they would have moved back. I think the Knicks would have traded back. Yeah, they would have traded back. But that would have been the best scenario because Boston had 3 picks and they wasted them all.
Nesmith,
Peyton Pritchard, and one other person.
Yeah, they just blew because they had to. They were just sitting on their hands because they couldn't really find any comparable talent to trade for.
And I think that's what the Knicks are going to wind up doing, bro. That's what the Knicks are going to wind up doing.
I don't know if that's the case because I think in our next draft we're gonna have 2 picks, the Mavs pick and our pick, but the others 2 they won't convey. For damn sure they won't convey.
Right.
The Pistons and the Wizards.
Nope.
I think the Pistons pick is. I think the Pistons are gonna shock some people, bro.
I don't know. Not the first year.
This won't be their first year.
You might
be third year, bro.
True. But
I think Orlando is gonna shock.
They have a rotation of bigs that aren't very good bigs.
So about Detroit?
Yeah, not yet. Jalen Duren's gonna be something, but I don't know if James Wiseman's gonna fix.
Jalen Duren's gonna be. He's gonna be the cat that we regret, bro.
He's gonna be Bam 2.0.
Jalen Duren. Where's Jalen Duren is a monster, bro. He's like if a scroll took the harvest. I think he's gonna be that good of a. And I know y'all don't know what I'm talking about. I don't expect y'all to, but just a comic book dude with all the powers is what I think Jalen Duren is going to be.
That man was doing crossover pull-up jumpers.
Yes.
And something. while he's been an elite rebounder since day 1.
Right.
And he's 19 with a grown man body.
With a grown man body, bro.
He has silly potential. Silly.
Right.
But the other guys, Wiseman, Bagley, they're gonna get rid of some of them.
Beef Stew is good.
They gave him some money. Beef Stew. He's developing as a very switchable defender, can space a little bit. He's just not a traditional big, but he doesn't need to be.
No,
not in today's NBA. He doesn't need to be.
And he's not a small center. He's a short center, bro.
Yeah. He doesn't play vertical, but he has a long wingspan. He has agility.
What if Ben Wallace had a jump shot?
Ooh.
That's what I think Beef Stew is going to be in 3 years.
I don't know if Beef Stew is that type of defender, though.
No, not neither was Ben Wallace.
True.
Ben Wallace wasn't that when he was what team
Getting
did Ben
dunked.
Wallace play for?
He was getting dunked on in summer league by Kobe
Yeah, Ben Wallace
in
was,
'96. He took a minute to figure it out.
yeah. Ben Wallace wasn't that guy until like 2002.
2001 ish.
2001-ish. Yeah. When Ben
Took
Wallace
him 5 years. Took him about 5 years, and he was undrafted too. So
yeah. I'm not even going. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That cat, Nathan Knight. I'm not trying to hype up a journeyman big, but after what Atlanta analyst said to us Saturday, I went back and looked at all of his stuff, or not all of it, but a lot of his stuff. If given an opportunity, bro, he might be. Hey, Isaiah Roby is in trouble. Let me just tell y'all that right now.
Isaiah Roby I don't think Isaiah Roby is gonna make the team. So
Right, Isaiah Roby is in trouble, bro.
G League.
He because Nathan Knight is accidentally physical. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I like the comparison that you said. He brings that Kylo Quinn type of ruggedness.
And unselfishness.
Yeah.
Like he don't have to shoot in order to feel like he did something, to feel like he contributed. You know what I'm saying?
And we don't really need him for a ton of minutes. 10 minutes, whatever. It is what it is. He might find his way into the rotation playing a
I
little
think he's
bit
going
more.
to be out small ball 5.
Well, I mean that would require us playing. Well, you think Tibbs is gonna actually
Yep.
do it? Okay.
Yep. I think he's out
Because I
small
know
ball
how
5.
much he loves Hartenstein and how much he loves
Rim protection. Nate Knight is not a bad rim protector. At least
No. I'm not saying he's a bad rim protector. I'm just saying Tibbs Tibbs still values the fact that Hartenstein is 7 foot and the fact that Mitchell Robinson is 7 foot. Like you can be a rim protector and be sub 7 feet tall, right?
Bill Russell was probably the greatest rim protector ever.
Right.
And he was like 6'9" ish.
Right. But there's also partially like an intimidation factor where that Mitch has by just existing. Like even though Mitch doesn't average nearly as many blocks as he used to,
right,
he alters the decision making of teams more often now in how we actually deploy him on the defensive end. And a lot of the reason why he's like that is because Tibbs is like our whole defense is basically saying, "Yo, funnel into Mitch, funnel into Hartenstein." Even though Hartenstein isn't that athletic, he's still 7 feet tall and he can put his arms up.
Right.
You can't replace length in today's NBA.
Right.
Tibbs tries to do it with guards and wings, but you can't replicate length. No,
you can't. And Tibbs, the ball is faster than man. Tom Thibodeau. When you start getting 7 footers in space, that's why Rudy Gobert's get played off the floor. Because even though Rudy Gobert is probably the best rim protector in the game, all it takes is for you to run a set play to pull him out 20 feet from the basket, and the next thing you know, he on a Steph Curry meme.
doing a do-si-do.
Ice skate.
Oh God! And even their alternative to that is, we're gonna put him on the worst shooter that's sitting in the corner. He's still too far away from the rim.
Right.
As a weak side defender, that's partially the reason why guys like Jaren Jackson are better than Gobert because he's just more
mobile. Evan Mobley's gonna be that guy next season, bro.
This is the only thing that kind of makes me wary about like the Cavs taking the next step. Evan Mobley's gonna have to become a much better shooter or offensive weapon.
Yeah.
Like he can sleepwalk into 17, 18 points per game.
Yeah.
But when teams are game planning for him to score, in the postseason, he's just coming up short. At least.
He's got bust written on him, bro.
I don't know about bust though.
Yeah.
Because this is my thing. He's still an All NBA defender already, so you can't be a bust if you're an All NBA defender.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I'm talking about bust in terms of what your expectation is.
Oh, like being a
The
superstar,
expectation is this dude is supposed to be as good as Anthony Davis or better.
or like Chris Bosh on steroids. That's
Right.
Yes.
what people thought.
Yeah.
He was
And,
gonna
and
be.
so and so if he's just Jaren Jackson,
Mhm.
Mm.
and Jaren Jackson's a hell of a player too, by the way.
I think
But
Jared Jackson's better than him. Well, at least right
then
now.
Anthony
So.
Davis?
No, better than Mobley.
And
Oh yeah,
Mobley.
yeah,
Mu-
definitely,
mu-
definitely,
yeah.
definitely.
No, not
Definitely.
Anthony. Then
I wasn't
Anthony,
yelling. I was just
no,
surprised. I
no,
wasn't
no,
yelling.
no,
I'm just surprised, right? Like, whoa. Okay.
no. Nah. We've seen too much of Anthony Davis. There. Even though he's street clothes, I can't put that on him.
Right. I saw Randall cook him 2 years ago in Los Angeles, bro.
Randall puts up numbers against Anthony Davis every time he sees him.
Right. Right. And my thing is with Randall is, and I know I'm gonna sound like a classic Randall homer, but I think if Randall had the 3-point shooting, for instance, if you replace RJ Barrett with Dylan Windler on a nightly basis, I think Randall is 28 and 12. Right. I think if you replace Mitchell Robinson with Miles Turner, I think Randall is 28 and 12.
I think Miles Turner might make a bigger difference on Randall's game than RJ being swapped out. Just off the fact that he can barrel roll to the rim.
Yeah.
Like, even though RJ is not a great shooter, you still have to acknowledge he exists on the court,
right.
whether in the corners or not. Teams generally just ignore Mitch in offensive sets. And when you're ignoring Mitch as a big, where the big is the responsibility, that takes away all of Randall's driving lanes, all the opportunities he can take to barrel roll. Because, to be absolutely honest, even though it may not look pretty, Randall is an elite one-on-one player. If given the space,
especially for his position.
Yeah. So if he's given the space, which is why, like, in other stops he's shot well over 50% when he's played center because he's had the spacing to just go off one-on-one.
Can we? But Dre, when you say that, can we give credit to the great offensive mind of Alvin Gentry?
Of
Can
course.
we give Alvin Gentry some credit too for creating, because it's not just Randall that went off, bro. DeMarcus Cousins. Remember when DeMarcus Cousins was there with Alvin Gentry?
It was DeMarcus Cousins and AD together.
Oh my god! And people thought that that two bigs couldn't coexist.
They were bullying teams,
and they were. And DeMarcus Cousins pulled out that 3-pointer from the top of the key, where you couldn't just sag back on Anthony. Oh my!
And then they played the high-low together.
Oh my god! It's beautiful, bro.
They were the Bash Brothers.
Yeah, it was beautiful. Hey, yo, so they saying somebody is making a bet in the chat.
What's the bet?
I don't know. Randall won't make another All-Star team. I'm saying it's got to. I'm saying we understand Randall is every other year. I
think he's gonna make the All-Star team this year. I think we got to remember, like, these accolades are very well dependent on teams winning or not. And if we think we're going to be as good as we think we are,
right,
a top 3 seed or whatever or what have you, usually top 3 seeds have 2 All-Stars on.
Okay.
So even if, like, Randall has a quote-unquote down year, if the team is playing well, led by Brunson, even in a down year for Randall, with these circumstances and him improving year over year, even a down, like, Freezy, what would you think the statistics of a down year for Randall would be? 23 points per game is a down year for him.
Yeah.
So if this team remains top 4 seed, it's going to get 2 All-Stars in.
Right.
And that would be...
They had 2 All-Stars last year.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm saying even... And we weren't even playing at optimal levels at that point. We should have had 2. So I'm saying we would even be a better team heading into the All-Star break. That changes how the perspective is in terms of the voting.
Okay.
Like
I'm
like
gonna. I'm
Randall
gonna.
might not get in off fan votes or something, but coaches will acknowledge and respect that. Media will acknowledge and respect that.
I think now that he's a 2-time All-Star, I think he'll start garnering that respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you're when you're never an All-Star, you got to fight tooth and nail to get there. When you're a one-time All-Star, you're a fluke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I would say this for you. You know how many times Joe Johnson made an All-Star game?
None.
6.
Six?
Yeah, 6-time
What?
All-Star.
What about Karan Butler? Because that was the example I was thinking.
I don't think he ever made one. Tough juice.
Yeah, yeah. I think he was. That's the guy that I want to use for the example.
But yeah, as far as guys that never made it, but I'm speaking of, like you said, the respect of making it a few times that can like barrel roll you or steamroll you into just more residual votes.
Right.
Like
Right.
you're
Now,
supposed to be here. You fit the part.
now my question is,
You play the part.
who actually who would you replace in the All Star? The front court as it's front court, back court, right? With Randall right now, that's where NBA All Stars front court.
Yeah,
Back
it
court.
is.
So
Yeah.
besides
Front court, back
Randall,
court.
who else would you replace in the front court?
What do you mean for the entire All Star?
Yeah, if someone for the Eastern Conference All Stars front court, who is
Well,
the
it's hard
lowest
to
man?
it's hard to decipher that because injuries play a part. Team
Right.
success also plays a part.
Right.
Like for
Right.
instance, I don't believe Tyrese Halliburton made the All-Star game. Did he make the All-Star game last year?
Yes. Yes.
He did.
You
Okay.
remember him and Wally Zerbiak with beefing?
Oh right. I don't know
Yeah.
why I forgot that completely, but
Yeah.
like Brunson didn't make it, and part of that has to do with team success.
Yeah.
If we
No,
were,
what I'm trying to say is, I know I'm going to say Banchero's going to make it next year.
okay,
That's why I'm trying to find who's
and,
he going
and
to
so
take. Whose spots he
who's
going to
gonna
take?
actually not gonna be there, right?
Yeah,
Right.
who's not going to be there? The guys who made it last year. Who's most likely?
That's
not
that's
gonna make it?
easy. That's easy. DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, okay. He's
DeMar
front court,
DeRozan's
right?
spot is Paolo
Yeah,
Banchero. Yeah.
DeMar DeRozan's kind of. I don't know why he even made it last year.
I don't know why he made it last year. Right. Right. And then too, you have to consider is where's Jaylen Brown going to be listed? Front court, back court.
Right. That's what I'm thinking about.
Right.
What's the position? And
DeRozan
that's
could be
what I'm
listed
trying
at
to find
either,
out.
I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Giannis going to be there. I mean,
Yeah. Giannis is going to be there.
Embiid's going to be there.
Embiid is going to be there.
I think Banchero's going to probably
Tatum
make it.
Brown.
Tatum's going to be there.
Brown's going to be there too.
Right.
Brown
Is he
to me
gonna
is a
be-
better player than Tatum.
Is Bam going to be there?
Whoa, Freezy, no.
Who did you say?
You said Jaylen Brown is better than Tatum?
Yes.
No.
It must be some light skin thing, bro.
Nah,
There is no
it
way. It's not even
is-
close.
it is a skill thing. We know who's the most talented between the two.
No,
Who
we
puts
know
up the better numbers?
We know
between
who the
two.
better offensive player is.
Tatum is a damn good defensive player, though.
He ain't Jaylen Brown. I mean, I ain't. Come on, bro.
Nah, the gap between their offenses is not the same gap between their defenses.
Yeah, exactly.
Nah.
Exactly. You agree with me. Book it. You like Brown over Tatum.
No, I like Tatum over Brown
No, man.
by a wide margin as well.
Bro, everything can't be defined by a jump shot, bro.
It ain't by a jump shot. He's a better overall player.
Nah, that dude ain't no playmaker like Brown, bro.
He's a better playmaker than Brown. Matter of fact,
Nah.
Jaylen Brown has never had a playoff series where he had more assists and turnovers. And we talking about playmaker. I don't want to hear that.
Okay.
He's never had a playoff series where he had more assists and turnovers.
Okay. Yeah, Tatum. I'm not gonna say Tatum is overrated because he's not, but Jaylen Brown offers a team so many different things where Tatum is a scoring machine. Bro, bro, if you're a scoring machine in the NBA,
He's a better playmaker than Jaylen Brown.
Nah, he ain't no.
Yes, he is. It is statistics that he's a better playmaker than Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I saw him against Golden State, bro.
That's one series.
Yeah,
I've seen Jaylen Brown
is that
crap
was that
up more series than that.
was that not the
They
most
didn't. They
important
don't
series?
even. They wouldn't even made the finals if it wasn't for Jason Tatum carrying them the entire.
They wouldn't
play.
have been. They wouldn't even been in that series if it wasn't for Jaylen Brown, bro.
And then they put Draymond on Jaylen Brown, and then you never heard from him again.
Andrew Wiggins was locking up Jason Tatum. Hey, and let me ask this: in an important Game 7 for the Celtics to go to the NBA Finals, what did Jason Tatum do?
He turned his ankle 30 seconds into the game.
Oh, okay. I got you. So
And he visibly was not the same.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. My thing is.
I saw what Jaylen Brown did when Tatum got hurt. He went out there and got 8 turnovers.
Right. Because
in that same Game 7.
And you know what they did? And you know what they did to their point guard after that? They point guard was on the first thing smoking after that.
Well, to be fair, they were trying to trade Brogdon first, but then they couldn't because he was hurt.
Man, Marcus Smart. They know they point. Yo, all these point guards y'all got, right? They winning awards and they all in the videos. And Jaylen Brown had to be the playmaker for them.
At some point, when is a $300 million man not expected to go out there and win you a playoff game?
Well, you know why. Now you know why he's a $300 man.
Because he's not winning you a playoff.
Because he's the guy.
We know he gets $300 million. I don't know what Jason Tatum gonna get $400 million. What he's do?
Brunson gonna get $500 million. SGA gonna get $600 million.
Well, Brunson already got Brunson already gonna get the key to the city. So I don't know what.
Yeah, you know how this.
He's gonna have his name. He's gonna have his name on the doors of MSG.
It's gonna be called Brunson Station across the street.
Brunson Center.
Yeah. My thing is Brown is better just because dudes are a scoring machine. Like for instance, and I'm not saying that they play the same type of game, right? But Jaylen Brown is like the Michael Jordan type of this game. He's not as good as Michael Jordan, right? But in the same comparison, Jason Tatum is Alex English. Scoring machine. Scoring is so exciting, man. You see, man, he put up 35 tonight. Right. He put up 35 and lost. You know what I'm saying? The scoring machines, bro. I mean, that's like saying Kevin Durant and LeBron, right? People are like, yo, man, Kevin Durant, man, he might be better than LeBron, man. I look at his career. Nah, Kevin Durant's a scoring machine, right? He ain't no LeBron. Carmelo Anthony was a scoring machine. He ain't no LeBron, bro. These dudes that could just flat out score, put the ball in the basket. Okay.
Freezy. Jaylen Brown himself would tell you he's not better than Tatum.
Nah, man, could he be on humble pie? But what does paycheck say?
His paycheck says that he was drafted a year before Jason Tatum. That's why it is what it is.
Nah, man.
That's what it. No, that's really what. Remember the first time he got paid and people were pissed off.
Yeah.
You're like Jaylen Brown. They worked $90 million.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then every contract after that went crazier and
crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, it's all relative. Jaylen Brown is going to be worth his contract within a year.
Yeah.
When we see all these crazier deals.
And his next contract, he got $300 million this time. His next contract, he might be getting $650 on his next contract.
the way this league money, these TV deals, these endorsements, the way it's going, it's only going like the NBA is going to try to catch up to that soccer money.
Yeah,
they're going to try to at least.
Yeah, they on a fast track to that.
Yeah, Adam Silver does know how to make a pretty penny.
Yeah, and so my thing is there anybody on the Knicks as good as Jason Tatum right now?
No, but I'll say over the course of the series, I believe we have two guys that can outperform them over the course of the 7-game series.
And that's because Jaylen Brown is better than Jason Tatum.
But I'm saying those guys, if they can outperform Jason Tatum, they definitely can outperform Jalen Brown.
Nah,
Yes.
nah, man.
Matter of fact, Freezy, I would take Brunson and Randall over Jalen Brown, but I would not take them over Jason Tatum.
Ooh, no, I wouldn't do that, bro.
I would
Because
take both of them
I
over
would try to
Jalen Brown.
keep my job. There's no way.
I'm being dead serious.
There is no.
Yes.
Wiz, what do you
Sorry,
think?
sorry, but I gotta go with Dre. And that's in that the way you put it like that. Who would I if I had to pick one guy over Brunson? It'd be Tatum. So in that scenario,
If you had to tomorrow, if you had to swap the roster, and you were forced to trade Jalen Brunson, who would you take between Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum? It would be Jason Tatum
exactly. I
without
agree.
without blinking. Without
I would
blinking.
trade Tatum because I can get a scoring machine from anywhere. I can go get a scoring machine from any. Bro, you think Phoenix?
Hey, Freezy, not a lot of guys can get you 30 literally every night.
Let me ask this though. You think Phoenix wouldn't give me Kevin Durant and Bradley Beal for Jason Tatum right now?
They would give you Kevin Durant. I don't know if they give you both. Though.
And Bill. They would get bro, because the future of Jason Tatum and Devin Booker together.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yes, they would. Yes, they would do that deal, bro.
Yes.
And they would drive them to Boston's arena.
That is rough.
And Wiz, Wiz.
Okay.
Am I thinking too far ahead?
No, that's
That a
perfect.
Devin Booker and Jason Tatum
Oh my goodness.
combination for the next 8 seasons.
That's a lot of light skin.
That's a lot of light skin, bro. That's a lot of light skin, bro.
It's a lot of light skin, a lot of mid range jumpers.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
my
You telling me they
goodness.
wouldn't give me a 35-year-old Durant and a maybe overrated Bradley Beal? Maybe.
Okay. When you put it like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I was thinking from the perspective of they want to win a title right today, right now. And
think
Matt
they
Matt
get the
Ishbia is obsessed with winning right now. He doesn't care about cap
But
or
you know what?
anything. He wants to win tomorrow. He wants a title right now. That's the only
But
reason I
you
say
told
that.
me that Jason Tatum's defense is pretty good, right?
Yeah,
You
I'd
put
say
him and Devin
free.
Booker's defense together.
I'd say they would instantly be a top 2 team in the West with that combination. It's just that they're so tied up they could only get vet minimum players.
Okay, so right now, what are they
bro,
right now?
Okay,
Right? What are they right now?
Say it again, Wiz.
What are they? What is Phoenix right now as they are currently?
A top 3 team in the West right now.
And with
Barring
Tatum, they'll
injuries.
be top 2.
Yeah,
Which they
yeah,
got
but
Bradley Beal.
but their team would be even more top heavy than what it is right now.
True.
So all it takes is one guy getting an injury, and then
Okay.
it's all the way down S words creek.
Yeah, I'm gonna say this, Wes. I think that combination of Ayton, Booker, and Tatum
Oof.
And
Might
vet
be-
minimum guys.
and
That's-
vet minimum guys. Yep,
Yep.
It's probably the best team in the NBA.
I can't disagree with that.
Right, and then but here's the kicker: if you're Boston, now you're fielding a team of Beal, Brown, Durant, and Porzingis.
Ooh. Interesting.
Am I thinking too many steps ahead or no? Am I on to something?
Nah, you're not thinking too many steps. I just know the way that we view Tatum is probably the same way they think of Tatum even more highly up there. So they would never. Tatum ain't going nowhere.
Nah, no, Tatum ain't going nowhere. I'm not saying that.
But you're talking about from a basketball fit standpoint. It makes sense.
No. You introduced the trade scenario.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even thinking about trading, but you introduced it. So I'm thinking, if we're gonna go down that road, if you force me to make a decision, yes, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Because what Boston gets is Beal at the 2, Brown at the 3, Durant at the 4, Porzingis at the 5.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, and it sounds like fantasy basketball. I know. I know. But
About a year and a half ago, if you told me what the Suns roster would be,
Exactly.
I would say that's fantasy basketball. So
Total fantasy NBA.
yeah, yeah, but you know what though? But the thing is, the reason why I made that point is because if you trade Jaylen Brown in that scenario, you don't get the same type of return. And then you got Devin Booker and Jaylen Brown playing the same position. And then now you know what I'm saying?
But why don't they get the same return? Why is a Jaylen Brown return not the same as a Jason Tatum return?
Because they already have Devin Booker.
No. Because one is better than the other. Nah, I ain't
because they
trying to
already
hear
have
that.
Devin Booker.
Nah, Devin Booker plays it too. What position is Bradley Beal?
No,
in?
Devin Booker. I mean, okay.
Okay.
But it's not because Tatum is better.
Oh, no.
Because Brown is different.
If we talk about, you can go through all the measurables, impact, on, off, defense, offense, all the advanced analytics, they all favor Tatum by like a big margin as well.
Yeah, I don't.
And maybe Tatum makes it look so easy that it doesn't seem that impactful because he's just a big 6'9", 6'10" scoring machine.
Yeah, that's all he is just a scoring machine, bro.
That might be the reason why people look down on Durant. Then.
If you ask me who I would rather have, SGA or Jason Tatum, who you think I'd say?
SGA.
See what I mean?
I think they're
around the same age too, by the way.
Yeah, but they're both first team All NBA. So it's like, I mean, it's like you can't go wrong with either. In my mind, you really can't. Oh no.
I think you should go.
Freezy, this boy has been the best player on the team that's been to Eastern Conference Finals repeatedly and the finals. Like, we can't discount how good he is. You can't just toss that out the window.
I'm not calling him a bum. I think he's better than Carmelo Anthony.
All time.
All time, he better than Melo, bro.
Whoa. At the same, okay, because all time would encompass like prime. Because we saw Melo in his prime, we haven't seen Tatum in his prime yet.
Yeah, he gonna be better than Melo, bro. He gonna be better than Melo.
I could say that. I could.
When you guys said fantasy basketball, I'm saying if this work plays out like it should, 3-4 years from now, if we imagine Tyree Eason, Jalen Green, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith,
right?
Cam Whitmore.
Oh God!
If Fred VanVleet 3 years from now, 32 years old,
they're gonna like that. Fred VanVleet is up there just to give Amen Thompson some training wheels. When that contract is up, that's just gonna be immense.
I think Fred VanVleet gonna be coming off the bench by the end of the season, bro.
I don't know. A $40 million bench player for you?
Imagine,
bro. Man, have you seen Amen Thompson play with NBA players yet, bro? Even though it was summer league, this dude is so amazing.
He's a graceful athlete. I'll say that.
Bro, he got a step on his defender and slammed on the brakes, and it took the dude like 2 seconds to run up his back. That's how fast this dude is, bro. Amen Thompson he anticipated a pass to a big, and the big bobbled it and missed the dunk because the big thought that the pass wasn't going to get through a sea of hands, and it did.
Oh man, I know.
This dude, and then you talking about him and Jalen Green together.
Exactly. Imagine they were talking about Aaron more than
and they got Cam Whitmore too, right?
They got Cam Whitmore too. They got
Summer League MVP, by the way, and I wanted him.
Oh my, bro! And he was there on the board. He was there on the board, but we got Josh Hart.
Oh, God. I think there's going to be a scenario where there's just too much talent on that Rockets team because I feel like if Cam Whitmore went to a team where they could just focus on his development.
Imagine. Oh man.
Because there's just a ton of young talent, and you'll see like you saw with the Lakers where they had like a bunch of young talent. They had to trade some to get up out of there to compete, right?
Right.
And
What the
like
crazy thing is 2 years
Brandon Ingram couldn't be the Brandon Ingram we know of him today if he stayed in LA.
Bro.
But 2 years from now, those guys will be so good and will all be still on their rookie contracts. Imagine that.
Yep.
Oh,
I think Fred VanVleet is trade bait, bro.
Exactly. He'll be
I could see that, Fleazy. I definitely can see that. But like, but at least for the first year, he's gonna be like training wheels.
They
for
can't start him over Amen Thompson, bro.
They're gonna do that. Fleazy. They're gonna start.
If they do that, that'll be the dumbest thing I've. Bro, there's no way. Like,
they're gonna start him and Dylan Brooks over one of them young boys on the bench.
There's no way you starting Byron Scott over Kobe Bryant, bro.
That's
at least get a Jones over Kobe, not no Byron Scott. Get a Eddie Jones at least.
Yeah.
But Freezer, you know they're gonna start Dylan Brooks over like Terry Eason or something,
right?
Yeah,
no. They're both of them are gonna start, but they're not gonna be holding on to them spots, bro. Both of them dudes are gonna be trade bait by the All-Star break, bro.
So besides Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet, nobody on the Houston team makes over $9 million.
Yeah,
that's why they signed them so much money to hit the cap floor, because the CBA changed it where you have to hit the cap floor before the season starts.
Exactly. Or you get penalized.
Yeah. Exactly. Before it was like you got to hit the cap floor by the time the season ends. That's why teams like
why we signed Luka Vildoza 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, man, but they could have used Fournier then, man, to help hit the cap. They didn't need to give people money. They could just get taking Fourniers for cap space, filler, and then give us, get him up on our roster.
Like, check out that super chat.
I got you. Did you see Halliburton and Obi play today? My goodness.
Oh no!
I saw a clip of them playing.
I saw a clip too.
Or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Wouldn't it be crazy if Obi made the All-Star team and
jeez! Don't say that.
If Obi Toppin makes the All-Star team and Randall don't.
Oh my!
Hey, look, man! Everybody got to get fired. Everybody got to get traded.
Everybody got to get fired, bro. Everybody got to get fired.
And James Dolan got to take a sabbatical.
Yeah.
And if you predicted Freezer, Cleveland is in first place as well.
Oh boy!
James Dolan got to go to the Vatican and pray or something over there.
Yeah,
fix this.
Yeah.
And don't let Indiana be in top 4. Don't let Indiana start in real life.
And to be fair, and aesthetic bias and all, if Indiana's a top 6-ish seed by the time the All-Star break is, they're gonna be putting like Halliburton all in those All NBA talks because he plays a game that is friendly on the eyes.
Yes, I know.
He like the game he plays is very casual fan friendly, up and down, fast pace, flashy passes.
Right,
exactly.
Self creation threes,
3-point shooter. Yeah.
And he doesn't turn the ball over, which is
oh man. We'll be trying to drool over both Obi and Donovan Mitchell. Be like, oh man, we could have had both of those guys.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
If Obi figures out to be a 40% 3-point shooter on the Pacers, I'm gonna be pissed off. I'm not gonna lie.
So don't they have Jarris
Jarris Walker?
Yeah.
They're gonna split minutes, and then if sometimes rookies, sometimes it can be overwhelming for rookies. Right. Then they'll scale back his minutes. But if Obi, the onus is on Obi to take the position, basically.
How do they have all that young talent in 2 seasons?
Because they picked the direction.
Oh man!
And then they went full steam into said direction. Us on the other hand, Freezy, we clear the books to sign 4 power forwards. That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do.
And they still have Buddy Hield and Bruce Brown on their roster as well.
Yeah,
So still got
Bruce
veterans.
Brown is the move that they did to hit the cap floor.
Yeah.
They overpaid intentionally, but they made it like a team option on the second year because they know one of those kids that they got, they might have to pay. Like, well, next year actually, Halliburton's deal kicks in next year.
Yeah, and I
And
think
he's gonna
Bruce
make a
Brown is
ton of
trade
money.
bait too.
Yeah,
I could see him in.
Oh,
I can see him in Phoenix somewhere.
I don't. Well, the Phoenix move would make. Well, I'll say this, Reezy. I don't think Bruce Brown is a fond of Kevin Durant. So he doesn't like how Kevin Durant used him. They made him a power forward on that team.
Yeah. Oh, in Brooklyn. Yeah, that's right.
And he was like, I'm not going anywhere unless I can be an actual guard. That's why he went to Denver in the first place.
Right. You know, he played point guard at Miami with Lonnie Walker.
What?
Yeah.
That's an athletic team right there.
Jeez.
Yeah.
It's another guy we missed in the draft, Lonnie Walker. What?
Well, he didn't really pan out.
He got used wrong.
Yeah, he got used wrong.
He's a casualty of tanking teams like Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, all right, gents. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I got a long day. Another super long marathon meeting. Snooze fest. Whereas it'll be plenty of coffee and other stuff to keep the party going early in the morning. So, thank y'all for coming and rocking with us, man. Thank you,
sir.
Peace to the chat
for coming and rocking with us, man. I'm gonna get out of here, y'all.
All right,
Peace, everybody.
Peace.